Hey guys, what's going on? This is John Bass here, bringing you our very first World of Warcraft discussion video. Today, we're going to bring attention to a couple of points, the first having been directly addressed by Blizzard for the community to give them feedback. So, let's get into it. First off, the Mythic Keystone system has been a complete game-breaking change in my opinion. I've been playing since February 2005, only taking a month or two break at a time in between, and I felt since those wonderful days of vanilla, the World of Warcraft plainly hasn't had very many other challenging forms of in-game PvE content for those of us such as myself that have rather limited amounts of time to play. I've always considered myself one of the most hardcore casual players I've ever known. I've been raiding hardcore since the beginning of BC, and even though raiding has provided me with countless hours of in-game entertainment, I have over the years become rather burnt out of repeating the same similar sequence of events to drop every few months like they have for so long, of course barring content droughts like Hellfire Citadel and the Siege of Orgrimmar. So, to make my point clean, I don't have anything against raiding whatsoever. I raided for a very long time, but I've taken the Mythic Keystone community and I've made it my home. The only form of in-game progression content I involve myself into on a daily basis, and in fact have taken this Vengeance Demon Hunter that I'm using in this footage and geared him solely through Mythic Plus to see for myself and to show all you guys that you can gear pretty effectively yourself with little to nothing other than Keystone content. Sure, it can be a little bit longer of a process that way, but you'll find it to be reliable nonetheless. With systems like the weekly Challengers Bounty Chest allowing players to find themselves with guaranteed pieces of decent gear depending on the level Keystone you completed the previous week. Now, on to the difficulty aspect of this system. With a rather expansive list of affixes and different combinations of them, we can find ourselves stuck with a week of nasty addition to the difficulty of the dungeon that just the week before could have been one of the easiest dungeons on the list. In fact, the footage that I'm using is a great example of teaming Explosive and Fortified on a plus 17 Arcway, making a normally relatively easy dungeon in high level Mythic Plus and making it so much harder. By doing things such as taking deadly explosive orbs to spawn randomly based on the amount of trash you are dealing with per pull, as well as increased rates of trash spawned because of teaming, and increased damage from said trash because of Fortified. To top all of that off, the damage difficulty never stops scaling. If you find yourself able to fly through what most people consider high-level Mythic Keystones, then you can just keep doing the upgrade until you're totally stumped. Now, let's move on to the upcoming tank changes on the horizon for Battle for Azeroth. For some, these tank changes can seem rather intense. With regeneration being reduced as much as 80%, things can seem a little bleak and even grim for most casual tanks. But as far as testing has shown, you don't really have issues with regeneration until DPS is doing well over 400% of the amount of damage that you as the tank are using in throughput. So, unless you're consistently doing content where you're massively outgeared by your damage dealing counterparts, then it should be a welcome change. A change that should in fact bring a much more rich and entertaining gameplay style to all the tanks out there who feel a need to do more than throw a spell or two down here and there and cleave, and then tab out even in relatively high level content. Cheers to you, Blizzard, for putting a challenge back into the aspect of tanking. Alright guys, to wrap things up, this is a new series I'm starting on this channel that I will call Warcraft Discussions, where we talk about all things World of Warcraft and my opinion on them, as well as the general community's opinion and their contrast to my own. My name's John Bass, and thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, leave a like. If you enjoy what I'm all about, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And most important of all, leave a comment down below with all your thoughts and opinions on what I have to say. I'm all about community here. Thanks guys, and be safe.